talking about bras right before the show. Not again. Come on.
Oh God.
Oh,
There you go.
good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Let's see.
Hope you all are doing well. We are
Mm,
doing, I'm doing well. I'm
I'm
doing,
doing all right. I said it before you
I,
asked this time, Joe.
you got me, doggone it. You
No,
got me. That's okay. That's okay.
it's
So I think I'm doing so well. I've been able to do stuff. I'm bored sitting here, can't see you. So
you've been, yeah, definitely been
I
in.
went, yeah, I went and got windows for my house.
That sounds like almost
Seven
like a
windows.
computer term,
I
Joe. I
did.
think you better
Well,
explain.
it's well, the outside windows. I have seven windows on the house, actual windows that you see through. It's time for them to be replaced. So my brother does
Actual
that. He
windows.
replaces them. He used to be a window replacement guy. Glass. He used to be in the glass business. So he knows how to do that a lot, real well. So and he gives me a pretty good deal. So all I had to do was go to a place that we actually know these people from when we first started out after out of high school. So we went and bought the windows from them, got a good price on them, got a really nice window for contractor's price. It was a really nice deal. Took a long time.
Which brother? The
My
youngest?
youngest, yeah, my youngest brother does that. He's the one that was he was traveling around, selling equipment. He doesn't do that no more. He's good at construction. He is, he really is. So that's what
Hmm.
I wanted to can I ask you a question?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Who else?
What
Hmm.
did one snowman say to the other snowman?
Oh, dear Lord. What? I thought
Smells
we were
like,
out of the snow, man.
yeah, it smells like carrots over here.
Oh, that's funny. You got to give me a second show that I was, just give me a minute.
No worries. No worries at all. But
That's weird.
the
What?
windows I got were like they're tinted. They're real cool. They're real
You don't have
cool.
to talk
They
about it.
call them they call them the perimeter because I've got a metal in between. Make them
Why?
safer, stronger. So I don't know if you're getting a
But they don't have
snowstorm over there.
they don't
We are.
have the they don't have the panes, right?
The inside panes? Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. As a matter of fact, they do. Very does.
I couldn't see them. The ones that you sent me are not the same as the ones that you picked.
No, the one that I picked that I showed you in the first beginning are called Colonial. Those have the bars inside the
Yeah, I
glass.
like that. That's my type.
These ones
Colonial, the
also
color.
have these ones also have the bars in the glass. However, the bars are on the outside of the glass on the bottom and on the sides and on the top. And they crisscross in the corners. And they're called perimeter. At least you can see through the center of it. You'll have
Right.
vision still. So they're real nice. They're gonna look nice. They'll look nice.
All right.
Vinyl
I'm done on
windows,
my
that's
end.
the way to go.
Okay. I'm done on my end. I'm sorry. I got distracted and then I didn't realize I was on my other account. So it's like, why
Oh,
can I not change the thumbnail? And it's because I'm on the other account. I didn't even notice until I looked at my icon. Oh, whatever.
that could be a thing.
Whatever, spaghetti. I wonder if anybody's gonna come on tonight. We shall see. There's a couple things I want to talk about. A couple things we gonna talk about. You
Couple
know
of
what's
things.
you know what was weird?
What?
So what? So
What?
what's up?
What?
So
Is it?
this morning I wake up and I'm looking through the news and doing what I always do, and um this morning is like very early, right? Like
Mhm.
trying to think now what time I woke up. I can't remember. It might have been about 2 a.m. 1. Whatever. I nap people, so it doesn't really doesn't matter. But the Sam Kinison, I shared it in the post section. There was a Sam Kinison episode on ASL, and I remember it from years ago. I remember it from years and years and years ago, but I watched it not maybe couple years ago, and then it came up again. So I was like, I bet there's like a Karen, because I didn't remember exactly what it was about, and I was like, I wonder if it's a Karen thing that I could use or whatever. I liked him. I liked Sam Kinison. And so I posted a couple of things about him and that video. Come to find out, maybe 15 minutes later, that Reverend uh, Jesse Jackson dies. I don't really particularly care for this man. He was allowed picketing of white establishments. Um, the best word you can use for this man is an extortionist. And he was no civil rights movement. And I've heard it over and
Nasty
over
man.
and been proved. I mean, I don't care what people think. He was an user and an abuser. And I don't care that Trump took a picture with him. So what? Okay. Trump took a picture with Epstein. Epstein has not been allowed into Mar-a-Lago since 2003. So shut up, people. And if Trump knew in 2003, doesn't it make a lot of sense why he was picked? And the plan started early? Keep saying 2012, 2014, they got their foot in the door big time. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it before 9/11, but they're saving millions of people. In any case, getting back to old Jesse there. Yeah, he had like great public relations. Anyhow, so he was a
Yeah.
reverend of what I don't know. And
Of
it just
nothing.
it right, of nothing.
Just
I
very
mean,
mean man.
people can be ministers of one, of themselves. They can go to school, like you said, you have that school. They do that. And they don't necessarily have to have a church. You know, some
Right.
people do. Now they have church online. I mean, what does that make them? I mean, are they really nuns and priests and ministers and reverends? I don't know. They have to have this schooling, right? Said that they've gone through the Bible a million times or whatever. I don't know what it's all about, but so he's reverend. And I realized that I put up Sam Kinison. Now, for those of you that don't know, Sam Kinison was a minister before he became a comedian, which is really hard to believe. But he was very intelligent. And to be honest with you, I had thought about it. Um, when I was younger, I thought, because I wanted a hermit life. I really did at one point. I just didn't want to deal with people. So I'm like, maybe I'll go into the nunnery or something. I could see regular people doing this. And then I'm outrageous, right? Now I'm talking about blowjob lipstick and whatever else. So I actually really understand Sam Kinison. And that he's a good example of the rest of the world,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, because they're satanic.
Yes,
He
they
was
are.
not. I think they killed him. He was killed around, see,
Hmm.
I remember his
That's
death.
interesting.
I remember his death differently. He died at 39. I'm just gonna really quick go through this. He died at 39. He was in a car accident with his new wife of 6 days. They were headed to maybe, I want to say, go to a casino or something for their honeymoon and whatnot. And a teenage boy crashed into him. And he died. She survived. I don't know if he had money. And it was around California. It was around the Arizona, California, Colorado area. If I remember it, that's how they put it. What? What is wrong with that Arizona, man? There's something fugazi, as Brooklyners would say it.
It's wide
Um,
open. You know,
but
that's
in any
hot.
case, yeah, I just found it odd that I had posted a minister who became a comedian and then a reverend, like right after, found out that quote unquote Reverend Jesse Jackson died.
Right. Is he? Is he really a reverend?
No,
I don't
no,
know.
he might have done some studies or some. Listen, if you preach on the street on a soapbox, I'll give you fucking credit. I've seen there's a young guy that does that. I'm not even sure where he goes, or he's always on the street and you always got these libturds arguing with them. Why are you arguing with them? Why? Like, because God never did anything great for you? I mean, why you? I don't know.
They're not going to change anymore. It is. You're stuck. We're all stuck.
Stop.
Stuck where we are. We
Well,
believe what we
we'll
believe.
we'll see if the game is almost over, will we? That's the whole
Yes, we
point.
will.
Now you have something interesting to bring up, don't you?
Yeah, I wanted to talk. Well, you kind of mentioned, you know, your last
Good evening,
thing.
Jay. Just say good evening to Jay before you start.
Hi, Jay. Just going to talk a little bit about the John Walsh thing and how weird that thing was, and how
Before
we
you
connected it
start,
to. Okay,
before you start, the
connected.
whole reason we're going into John Walsh, I forgot to mention this, Joe. About 5 days ago, I happened to mention or write John Walsh out in the comment,
Mhm.
right? And then like maybe 2 days later, Mama Helen says, "Did you know John Walsh was in on it too?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, well that makes just so much sense."
Yeah.
Now you can continue, Joe. There's bastards all
Well,
over the place. Bastards, 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 and
well, he
bitches.
got into that. He got into that trying to find or whatever he's doing at John Walsh program because his kid got abducted. But not only was the kid abducted, he was murdered. It was at a Sears in Florida, and him and his mom went in there into the Sears, and she left him at the one of the kiosks where they were playing that where they used to play pong in Sears on the old games. And so there was a bunch of kids playing around there, and she went and did her business. So she thought her kid was okay because at that time it was actually okay to do that kind of stuff. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was bad, but not that bad. So she went and did her thing. She comes back. She finds out that there was some kind of a fight. And they all threw the kids out. And she went outside to look for her kid, and she couldn't find him. She looked for a very long time, and they still couldn't find him. This was in
How old was he?
1981.
Adam?
He was his name was Adam Walsh, and it was at the Sears. He was 6 years. He was at 6 years old. Okay, so they they actually did find his head. They found his head, only the head, 16 days later in a drainage canal along Highway 60 by Hollywood, Florida. And they said he died by asphyxiation, but his head was gone. So how can they tell if he died by asphyxiation?
The lungs.
There's no body was ever found.
Oh, the body was never found. Right, sorry.
Right. So then there was Then there was this guy by the name of Otis Toole
Maybe he
who
had a
started,
line over his.
well, they said there was a belt mark around the neck too, right? But I mean, the poor kid, 6 years old. Come on. But it was they said a guy by the name of Otis Toole confessed to the murder, and they had believed that he was the murderer, and they blamed it on him and called him the murderer. However, they could never find any hard evidence that linked him to the actual murder. Uh, they said he was kind of in that area at the time, but still, that doesn't mean that he did it. So he later on he went to jail for something else, for some other kind of murder, and he was serving a life sentence. And he recanted everything he had admitted to. He
He
recanted.
recanted it.
He recanted it. So
There
he
you
said,
go,
"I didn't
Mama
do it. It
Helen.
wasn't
Where I
me."
hope Mama Helen's on.
Mhm. And he died. He died in 1996 of a liver failure. So I thought that was kind of God. That was I was just starting out in life too. 18, 19, 20. Fuck yeah, man. I was
There
nowhere
is,
near Florida. Hadn't gone that far
guys.
yet.
They are all connected. I have
Yeah,
a
it's like
picture, and I'm gonna post it maybe tonight as Purple Protocol. Yes, that I am keeping that name, Purple
I
Protocol,
have a question.
because it has
Why would they
nothing to
give
do with
up?
what.
Why would they give up on you? That's my question.
Give up on what?
This kid and say it's over with
Bec-
after you recant it
what do you what do you think?
because he's involved.
He's involved.
Illuminati.
Guys,
Might be Illuminati.
please, please wake up.
Might be
It
Illuminati.
it really has nothing to do with being a Republican or Democrat. It's good or evil. Like, even
Yes.
you could be the most godly person or ungodly person, but you still have a good side. Now, liberals are poisoned in a lot of ways. They are. Their minds are poisoned. They take lots of drugs. They want to do shit. I mean, come on.
I
Come
don't.
on.
And
This is like
yeah,
something a teenager goes through, not a 30-year-old. All right? I went through everything. I've had every hair color. I
I
hung
did not
out
do
with
that
gangs. I mean, but I grew up. My parents couldn't believe by the time I got 17, because I had to sign myself out of school because the cops didn't like me anymore. That was always a big. My dean in my high school had to calm the cops down, or else I would have gone in. I would have gone to prison. Big black cop. He was like, "I recognize you." I'm like,
Oh,
"Oh no!"
I know who you are. I've
I'm like,
seen you before.
seriously? But it makes sense because it was for that he was the officer for that school, for my school at that
Mhm.
time. So he knew that we would be in the paper because I was selected by Mr. Kenny. I'll never forget him. Um, Vietnam vet used to ask us. I remember him. It was so it was a social class. What was it? Not social studies. I don't know. But he would ask us shit like, do you believe in the death penalty and things like that. I liked him. He was hard, but he was a vet, you know. So
So,
we have Johnny Walsh definitely is a member. And before Joe asked me that question, I was gonna say I had posted in the community section or post section. Um, what's his name in Ukraine
Zelensky, right?
with Epstein? Yes,
That's
he
it.
can't be.
Yes.
He's between 16 and 18. I've triple checked this picture. I know where it came from, and it came from before that. It looks very real to me. I'm not gonna say I'm 100%, but if I had to guess, I'm in the upper 90s. I mean, it looks real to me. And Then I also have a picture of a bunch of Epstein people, including Ghislaine Epstein himself and Memdani. And Memdani, Zohan in New York, damn communist. But it's not him. You see, the good guys already got him. This is all fake. This is teaching. I mean, how can you have markets on the street and then you see pictures of this and they're all white? All the people are white. What? So communism works for the white middle class?
Hmm,
It didn't
I
make
don't think
sense.
so.
It doesn't
Communism
make
works off of the
sense.
back of the working.
Well, that's their taxes.
Hmm.
That's their own taxes going right back
They're
to them.
already
But now they have
they're
a
already killing
selection
us.
instead of a whole wide world of stuff.
Hmm.
That's what they give you and take more. It's stupid. I don't understand people. All right. Anyhow, what's next, Joe?
Just to check the chat real quick and say hi to Jay and Joseph
Good
watching me.
evening, Sir Joseph.
There's more than that looking at us too. See you, people. I
Hello,
see
good evening,
you.
everybody. I hope I'm not
Oh,
a freak tonight. You freak it, freak it, freak it. I don't know.
I'm weird. I'm always weird.
Well, didn't you ask me that earlier? It was like
If you're
some kind of
weird,
question. It was a meme. You were reading off of something, Joe, and you said
hmm.
something. Do you do you think you're abnormal? Remember? It was just in Jesus. His memory
Now
is,
my mind is gone.
I swear, he did.
Shoo-wee.
He asked what it was something like, what would you say if somebody asked, are you abnormal? Or something to that effect. Joe,
Oh,
really, it was a half hour. Sorry, guys. And my answer was absolutely not. Or, it could go both ways. Isn't what's normal and what's abnormal. So I really can't answer that. It's still, I don't think there's
ah,
anything
yeah.
normal. There's nothing normal here. There's nothing normal going on in this freaking world as far as I'm concerned. All right, so
But what is normal? Do we really know what
that's what I'm
normal is?
saying. We don't know normalcy because we've never been there.
Right.
That's philosophy. I mean, we're gonna
Yeah.
go, hopefully by the end of the show, go into a little bit of philosophy,
Yeah.
kind of enter like a matrix, but I don't know. All
Yeah.
right, what's
And I want to, I want to tell, I'll look up the building things because I'm seeing more and more about that stuff,
what,
about the
Tartaria?
buildings and yeah, I'll look up all that
Well, I
stuff
want
because
Dana on. Dana has videos. We found out he can replay those videos, but nobody wants to sit there and watch a 26-minute video. I'm trying to tell him that's not
no,
how.
not a video. Yeah.
I'm not sure what we have planned, but I'm gonna go over it with him. Maybe you should sit in on that.
Hmm? I want to just put this in your head as well. I wanted to put this in everybody's head.
More in my
Is
head. No.
the design, look at the design of the buildings then and the crazy architecture and how detailed it was
It's like he never
compared
listened to me ever.
compared compared to the buildings that they're making right now.
No kidding. That's
Okay,
the whole point of Tartaria.
so so the buildings are made with the spikes and everything so that when for it's for some kind of vibration is what it's
What?
for.
Is
It's
what?
for some kind of vibration.
People believe, I don't want to go through all this, but people believe in the ley lines. Now, the ley lines are connected to certain areas all over the world, underneath pyramids, and they go along. And, people believe in these ley lines. Now we're seeing the gold coming up. This is all within the same realm. Things are
Mhm.
changing.
Where do we find the gold at coming from? Center of the earth, right? The magma.
It has to be. And then there was that article that I had where there are certain, it's a bacteria, I believe, that creates gold. It basically poops gold.
Oh,
That's
that's
where it
cool.
comes from, guys. It can't just magically be. It would be one thing if it ran out, if gold and silver and all these metals ran out, but they don't. That's why I don't think I gold is worth a lot to us personally. It's not worth a lot monetarily. I'm afraid that's going to be true. I'm really afraid that's going to be true. And then people will go back to collecting gold as adornments, or like my father gave my mother gave my husband John my father's cross, right? Things like that. Because it's going to be abundant. So when things are abundant, they're not worth as much. A bacteria that literally poops gold. I
That's
did
all.
post it. All the science, I mean, come on. And I looked it up. And I'm almost always, if not double, triple check my shit. Actually, ley lines have a lot to do with radio transpondence. Well, that's the whole thing about the gold too, Jay, because it's a conductor. Gold is the best conductor. And the military is definitely using it. And I'm talking about the military within the last 10 years. They pulled in these kids, and the kids are what are doing so much of this droning. I mean, for you and me, a drone is what? It's all brand new. I have my drone still sitting in my, but to these kids, they grew up with it. They grew
Yeah, he
up with
did.
it. They're able to do it. That's the army now. That's the military now. And it only makes sense because look at what they did in Venezuela. A dampening field. Don't tell me it wasn't.
Exactly how
Anyhow,
they got in. That's how they stopped their weapons from hitting us as we were moving in. They didn't know we were coming in. We were secret.
there's all these different, it
Hmm.
doesn't matter how it was done. It was done.
Of
It was a
course.
powerful strike. Everybody was numbed over there. They had no idea what
Right?
hit. But the thing
That's
is, we
how
got him beforehand. What's his name? But Mondoro,
Maduro.
Maduro. There's no, we got him at least 2 or 3 years beforehand. I don't want to go off subject though. What's next? We'll talk about
Thought
that
you're
one time too. What?
Mr. Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay. Let me, I believe I have that in my,
Military
really,
for
I
the
wasn't
last
gonna
40
talk,
years used drones. Hmm.
what?
Yeah. Military for the last 40 years used
Yes,
drones. That
I
is true.
found, we did it on one of our lives way back when. I found definitely it was a 1950s picture. The drone was like the size of a living room. Remember that, Joe? And the man was
Hmm.
inside it. And he was
Yeah.
about 10 or 15 feet in the air. And there was a group of soldiers around him, or high soldiers. They were dressed.
We watch a lot of weird videos like that. Pretty
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
I
So I,
like
I
them.
do agree with you, but the type of drones where you could fly like that inside that
Hmm.
shit that was above New Jersey, it's not the same as with the, like what even I got, where I'm pretty sure I attach it to my phone, and I control it that way. You're inside there, baby. You're the
That
size of
would
a
be
little
cool.
missile. You have power to see things, and laser technology. There's absolutely laser technology. What's the
Oh
gun?
yeah.
What's that gun
The
that
re-
you,
the rail gun.
yeah, the rail gun.
That's done by uh, magnetic field. Man, that thing is correct. I sent you
Isn't that what
another.
he
I
said?
sent you how they did it. Yeah, man, they're refining
Did they ever go
that
over
weapon.
that? See, I'm
They
not a
are going to
big
refine
into,
that weapon. It's going to be awesome.
I'm just
But
not,
I know what the problem with the rail gun is the rails. After so many fires, the rails bend because it's a lot of it's man, that thing takes off
it's a big
fast.
bang. It's a big
It
bang and he's
takes off fast.
scary.
Yes, ma'am. Goes and
It's
goes.
sparklies. Okay. Let me share. So Tom Hanks. This guy apparently, I did not read all this. Give me 1 second, guys. Joe, maybe you want to do the honors. Oh, Joe, this I was thinking your wife might use. See, I took a picture of it while it was a video.
Hmm.
I don't know if you
Hmm.
have something like that, but this is just a cushion. It goes into the bed itself and then locks. You know what I mean? It's not a huge big rail across the bed. Because if you don't know his well, you tell them.
My wife has it.
Yeah.
Spritz, she's had it
MS.
for 18 years.
Enunciate.
18 years. I've been taking care of
Joe, nobody can hear you, is what I'm saying.
her. You can't hear me? I'm
Now I
talking
can.
low.
There. You could read this.
Okay, we'll read that. Denise Blazer says, Tom Hanks, very bad monster. Someone I follow said they saw the evidence of Hanks at Zorro Ranch. Tom Hanks went through all the kids that he could choose from. All these kids were kidnapped from here and other countries. He picked out a little handicapped girl, not sure what her disability was. He asked Epstein, can I really do whatever I want to her? Epstein said, yeah, go for it. Live out your fantasies. After raping her, he chose something more exciting so she would scream even louder than before and suffer more. So he decided to get a saw and slowly cut off all her extremities, arms, and legs while she was still alive to feel the pain. He made her suffer horribly and thought, who cares about her? She is handicapped. He thanked Epstein and said he had a great time. I always wanted to feel like I was Joseph Mengele, the Nazi doctor who did horrific things to children, was his exact response. What a pig. That's gross. This is awful.
This shit is coming out now, my friends. It's time to start understanding that it wouldn't come out if Tom Hanks was still here and alive. Now, I told you the Tom Hanks story, not this, but that QAnon people believed he was a pedophile. And it was on the Vice channel on cable. My sister my sister-in-law herself sent it to me, and she is beyond trustworthy. She's retired NYPD as well. She's also, I mean, she's more awakened subject. We're all different. We're all different, but there's a beginning and a basis that we have to understand. They had control. They were evil. Mengele, this is before him. I remember because I used to love Renaissance fairs and stuff. I would still go if I was able to drive anywhere yet, but they would have, if you ever, and I went to England too, and in London, the London Tower, the tortures that they've had. They would cut people with a saw slowly from their mid bottom up. So these people were cut in half from their genitals up. Do you understand?
Ugh.
Who can do this? Now, if this would happen 400 years ago, 300 years ago, and don't fool yourself, the last public hanging that I remember, because I'll never forget it, because I was in France on a tour bus, and they said the last public hanging in France was 1976. And we saw
I believe
where
it.
where it was.
Hmm. I believe it.
What there were bad fucking people, and there still are, and
There
these people
still
are
is
connected.
a lot of them. A lot
Huh?
of them.
Connected.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
they are.
D- Is Reverend Jesse Jackson involved? Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd say so. Yeah. He's a bad one.
I found out from
What was he?
Brian
What
Craig.
what 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 were done? What church was he ever
It
a
doesn't even
reverend
matter. It
of?
doesn't even matter. That's just who cares
Yeah.
about that? I told you, I heard from Brian Craig this morning that I didn't know this, that Big Mike
Mhm.
was very good friends with Jesse Jackson's daughter in Chicago. Well, coincidences
Surprise,
never
surprise.
cease. Okay? No, no, no. Come on, guys. Get a grip already. We're not going to be able to move on. Okay. What are we up to anyhow? I don't want to go out of order. I have a specific order, and I'm trying to keep it in.
You're doing fine. That we're at where we are. Tom Hanks in chat.
Is anybody in the chat?
Oh yeah. Last thing was Jay said we used he they used drones in Operation Just Cause Desert
Desert
Storm.
Storm, I remember. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, I knew
mhm.
that. Yep. I am familiar, but these drones are much different. I,
Yeah.
like I said, that they even hid from a lot of these. That we took their technology, the bad guys. We took everything from them, basically. We
We gave
did
them what we wanted to have.
we
I
did a
thought.
reversal. Well, what I mean is we played evil. And unfortunately, it's not like they're lying to us like the good guys,
Hmm.
but they're kind of lying to us. They're omitting the truth. Like, for
Yeah.
example, this one I keep trying to explain to people. Pam Bondi said something recently about the system will collapse. The system will collapse if I let out all the information or something like that, right?
Yeah.
If all the
Yeah.
files are come out or whatever.
Yeah.
People, what system? What system will collapse? Ours? The Constitution?
Theirs. Theirs.
What? The bad guys had the system.
That's right.
If she's talking about that, she could be talking about the human body system. Who the fuck knows what system she's talking about? But to us, awake, that's the system she's talking about. If I let out all the Epstein files, their system will fall. Get it?
Hmm.
This is excellent. This is this is what we're waiting for.
We want that reset. Give us the reset. That's part of the reset.
It is
That's a
part of the reset.
major part
Nothing
of the
can
reset.
happen until we all wake up on a certain level. We all have to agree Tom
These
Hanks was
people
a
gotta go.
pedophile. When I hear somebody, and I wish people could take the people who deserve it could take the fame for this, because the first, but once that first person that has the attention of media, and it ain't gonna be the left-wing media, they're gonna get get pounded.
Hmm.
I wish it would come out because we're good, but their system is falling. Why? Because we know there's symbols where their downfall.
Yeah.
How many coincidences until it's mathematically impossible? Now that they're doing somewhat intentionally. Why? How? Drones, AI, computers, AI for sure. All right. I was trying to explain, I didn't want to go into this, but very quickly, because you kind of cut me off last time. There are fusion centers, and my
So
admin Noah thinks that these are bad. Now, fusion centers are like a collective of AI where they do certain things there. Like this AI does artwork in this fusion center. The fusion center maybe 20 miles away, which is what he was getting at. They're all over the place. Um, they come out with home in, renovations, right? But then when you have things like that, then you have AI fusion centers with, war, biotechnology, or any guns, whatever, lasers, What I definitely believe that even though there's some of that maybe still going around, the AI is there to help each of us. Do not overlook when you turn on your phone, when you turn on your TV, when you turn on your computer, do not overlook what first comes or get your attention, or it's there for a reason. No, chess is not even, it must be like nine to the nth degree chess. There's no way. I mean, this is fantastic what they're doing. And they have the technology. We have the technology. We
Mhm.
can rebuild him. Just had to throw
Nine
that in
level
there.
chess. We're doing nine level chess.
To the, it's beyond. It's beyond.
Mhm.
I can't even explain because they had, I mean, they had the bio warfare. There was Plum Island in Long Island, by the Long Island Sound there, where we found mutilated animals. I remember it. I remember
Mhm.
looking at that tortoise looking thing. And I'm like, first of all, we don't have tortoise in this name. It's like, what did it escape from the aquarium? It's very, very rare. There are certain things you don't see in the city, right? Or even Long Island. Long Island's a little more, but it's beachy, it's more beachy. So, yeah, a turtle, but no, it's not like there's no sharks there either, there's just certain creatures. And this thing was humongous and it was half a turtle and half something else. I remember it. I don't know how old I was, but definitely in teenage years because I didn't watch TV afterwards. That's how freaky it was. Although I could have been, upstairs visiting because it was definitely on my parents' TV. I have like this weird memory with looking at things. Like I can very, it's almost a photographic memory with visuals. It's almost a curse. It's almost a curse. But then I definitely trained myself for it too. Okay, what's next? What's next on the beat?
The chart. It's the chart. Yeah, we yes, Jay,
That
we
was
do
the
know.
other thing. I'm
Go
sorry,
ahead.
go on.
No, no, you go ahead.
We're gonna have chat breaks.
Mhm.
We're gonna have memes that I'm gonna read your comments from. We're gonna have those days too, maybe once a week, because you guys are brilliant.
Yeah,
There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
yeah,
Everybody knows what they know.
yeah.
I was so surprised when people trusted me enough with that Zelensky photo. I almost forgot his name again. Maybe I don't want to remember. That, really quick, I friended this girl, Valeria. Oh, I don't know. When maybe a few years after Facebook opened, because she had my mother's maiden name and she was in the Ukraine. So I figured, hey, maybe we're related somehow, right? Recently, she went onto one of my Trump um shorts that I posted on Facebook and says, how he like, how can you trust this man? I'm like, well, he's saved millions of lives, he's saving us money, he's getting rid of the illegals, and he's retaining um religion. People don't believe that, but he is the most, because this is a satanic war, guys. So we have to change it to a godly one, or Yahweh, right? Um, what was I saying now? Because now I'm thinking of God. What was I talking about, Joe?
The war, that we're in a war, good and evil. This is a war between
No,
good and
before
evil.
that. I forgot my train of thought. Yeah, it was important.
About
Oh,
you were
Valeria,
telling,
Valeria, Valeria.
yeah,
Sorry, sorry, sorry.
yeah.
So, she answers me back. I sounding very nice. She was really, she was, I can't, I guess content with my answer would be and she goes, but I hope so. Because I told her Trump doesn't like Putin. Trump doesn't like Bill Maher. Don't listen to these fucking freaks.
Just
They're
tries to get
all
along,
connected. What?
right? He just tries to get along.
He's
That's
trying to
it.
get out of trouble, but he's already dead.
Yeah.
You see, we're watching movies. He's gone, Joe. Right? Right, Joe? Do you remember what we did?
We're watching a
The,
play, man. This is all a play. It's
the short we did?
pretty extravagant.
Joe.
What's that,
Joe. The short we did.
Joe?
The short we did. Joe, Joe, Joe. That was an old joke. We should still do that. That was pretty funny. The short you did at the end with the guys with the red shoes. What does it mean, Joe? Tell me. What does it mean, those red
The blood
shoes?
red shoes. The blood of babies are on those shoes.
Babies, people. They're satanic
They
and
walk through.
they're schooled this way because there's no
Oh,
effing other way. Wait, Joe, there is no way that they could have kept it such a secret from so many people. Now you got daughters and sons coming out now. My father used to be into that shit. He told me a lot of shit. He wouldn't do that. But they know that their dad did or their mom did or whatever. Now what?
you know who else used to wear those shoes?
The
The
Pope?
Pope. Yeah,
The Pope had red
he
shoes,
did.
guys.
He
The
did.
Pope was gone. I have a Getty picture of somebody setting the Pope up. It was and it looked so real, but it was a cardboard cutout.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that? I'll tell you
Because
something.
they're sick.
It was an Italian guy doing it. I'm sorry. I'm addicted to like stuff on my lips.
I
Oh, you don't know where my mind
ain't
goes.
touching that
Oh,
one.
fucking God. So bad. But that's why
Woo!
we do political satire.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if anybody else thought that way, but I kind of did. All right, what are we up to? Anything? We're almost done, right?
Jay says you do realize the military tech and civilian see is an average of 15 years old before anyone sees it. Yeah, we've already talked about that. At least 20,
The
15 to
last
20
that I
years.
heard, Jay, and
Hmm.
this was 15 years ago, I was told it's 50 to 100 years more advanced.
Right.
So yeah, and we've said it more than once on the show. Newbie. I got newbies. Poor Joseph. I always I mean, we're in the 580s now, and we lose one, and it comes back and lose one, and it's poor Joe has to keep not Joseph Rogers.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he's our Texan brother. I don't know what it is with his account, but he can't stay on or something.
Yeah.
He can't seem to. What is it, Joe? You know, I don't know.
He says he when he leaves there, I guess it kicks him out, and then when he comes back in, he has to re-sign in, or he has to
Re-sign in.
refollow us or
It's
something.
so
So
weird. Like, I don't think anybody else has those problems.
it automatically unfollows him. All right.
You know what? We forgot to write about
Red
the
eggs.
funeral home, which I found interesting. It's in the post too. Most of the shit that I talk about is in the post. So there was a funeral home, these Brothers Stevens or something. They were in Brooklyn. See, I wish Mama Helen was here. And then they
Hmm.
ended up in Long Island. And what was it? They had like bodies and bodies that like something out of Edgar Allan Poe.
13 bodies or something like that.
And it was like
They
what they
defiled
were,
them.
what?
They defiled them.
Because they can't get their regular shit anymore. Satanism is a disease, guys.
Yeah.
And these liberals are following that way. That's why they were almost mass MK Ultra. That's another one the army had. Well, the CIA tried. It was the CIA that did the MK Ultra. They did it with LSD. You ever hear of dosing? Anybody ever hear of dosing? Where they
Oh
think
yeah.
it's very healthy to take a little bit of LSD, like they dose it every day or whatever they do. I don't know
Huh.
particularly, but I just can't fucking imagine. This is the shadow government that Pam Bondi was talking about that needs to fall. But until people wake up, until we hear Tom Hanks is on the pedophile list, because everybody knows Tom Hanks, right? Almost as much as Trump at this point, right?
Hmm.
I I figured out abortion, what they were doing with those back in Brooklyn. So this is before, because my husband, we were just dating at the time, his partner, Patricia, had to go to a special unit because a block and a half away, there was a funeral home that was making money off of selling body parts. And I always wondered because I've had friends that have had abortions. I've been to Planned Parenthood with them. Um, and they always make them wait. Why? What are you doing now? Because they had the day after pill, guys. They had it. They
Oh
didn't
wow.
give it out.
That's right.
It was different back then. I think you had a woman would have to take one and insert the others, but they were pills and they could be taken right away. No surgery. So tell me, and I know that for at least 25 years. So we're going back 25 years ago. So then tell me why they make these girls come back for 2 or 3 appointments to get a surgical abortion, because after a few months you must get, after probably 2 or 3, you don't want to have that, because now it's not a pee anymore. I mean, at first it's just a little amoeba. I mean, it would be like a woman getting their period, a little more crampy maybe. So why make them wait? Why? The same reason as these funeral homes. Ooh, a leg. These are sick motherfucking people. That's why we have Gothic churches. Whatever they did in the day was fine. Gothic at night, what? It makes no sense. It's so evil. Oh my God. All right, what's next?
What is next?
Easter. Wait,
Uh, go
wait.
ahead.
Jay said
Go ahead.
something. Red
Well, he did.
eggs and their use in Orthodox Easter. Mom used to do Orthodox, well, Easter eggs, Ukrainian Easter eggs.
Hmm.
Wait. Easter is the epitome of high satanic
Kidding me.
holidays.
Mhm.
Well, you're celebrating Jesus' death. Is that right? Is that what you're thinking? I'm not exactly sure what you're talking, what you're, because I know you're you're very smart with religion in the Bible, Jay. Um, you've mentioned a few things, even Charlie Kirk. You didn't like the way Charlie Kirk handled stuff. Well, you have to be respectful of everybody. So you have to do it in such a way. Charlie Kirk was just an actor. He was just saying, Erica was a dude. Trump knew that because where was Trump? At pageants. He's seen hundreds of women. You don't think he could tell which one is a little off every now and then? And then what did he do? Even though in 2003, Epstein was not allowed into Mar-a-Lago, he went
Hmm.
and did The Apprentice. Well, what did he learn?
I had to say this two words. You're fired.
But what did he
Right?
learn,
He already got
Joe?
to say it.
What did he
Who the
learn?
people were. He
Who the
learned who they were.
people were.
Yeah,
And you
that's what he was
believe you
doing.
me, I guarantee that wasn't Trump all the time either.
He had body doubles. Look at the hair. Look at
Absolutely.
the face. You can see the differences. There's smiling Trump. There's angry Trump. There's just plain straight Trump. There's
The
tall
real
Trump.
Trump is the one that
There's a
put
lot
his
of short Trumps.
there's about 5 or 6 Trumps for sure.
Hmm.
And absolutely, absolutely can see the differences. You can absolutely see the differences.
Orange
But
hair,
the one that I
silver
believe is
hair.
the real Trump is the one that put his hand on the Bible. The only thing is, no, that would have been him. That would be him, I would
Hmm.
imagine.
I would think so too.
Why was Mark Zuckerberg there? That will never, it's like people, wake up. Why was Mark Zuckerberg at the
Interesting.
inauguration? At Trump's presidential inauguration? What?
Professor living in the Matrix.
I wanted to talk about the dogs, but I don't know. What's the next subject?
The
No,
Matrix.
wait. Read what Jay said.
Oh, no. Easter is the celebration of fertility and infant sacrifice dating back to ancient Greece, adopted by Catholic to convert. Of the fertility and infant sacrifice. I have never, ever heard of that, and I'm Catholic. So I'm sorry, Jay.
Oh, there's
I
been
don't know
infant
where that came from.
sacrifices. Like I said, look at the
I
movies.
don't doubt that.
Look at Indiana Jones. Child labor, slave labor, sacrificing of children. Funny enough,
I just everything is such a lie. I don't know what to believe anymore. So,
which leads us on to the Matrix.
yeah.
Is the game almost over? Guys, it's a game. It's a game. Did you ever play SimCity? I don't know, maybe some of you remember SimCity. It was a very old game, but they have newer SimCities now. But basically, you build residential and business and commercial. And this is what they did. It was a game to
Mhm.
them. And I truly, and this is going to sound bizarre, but I truly believe um, we forgot that we're involved in this game. Not all of us, not all of us, but a lot of us are soldiers. We're soldiers of God. And I've said that a million times, so this shouldn't be anything new.
You know, I am.
So if we're here and we just don't have the memory, we have to, well, kind of remember that. It's almost as if it's a game.
Hmm.
Now, Joe, how do you end games? How can a game end?
Some person loses and somebody wins. Usually the person wins.
If it's a
That's
single
how it is.
player, if it's a single player
If-
game,
right. If it's a
how do
single
you win a
player,
single?
you win.
You
You
have to
win
win or be killed.
or be
Now,
killed.
in games, what's usually the point?
To win.
So in Pong, what's the point of Pong? Everybody remembers
to
Pong, I
pr
hope.
to protect the ball.
There you go. That was the
Mhm.
word I was looking for.
Yeah, you're protecting the ball. You don't want it to fall down. So you heat it
Right.
back and forth. So it's a foul.
Which, by the way, um, Pong was created by a Marine. Just he was one of the pioneers of early video games. I can't remember his name at the time, but he was definitely a Marine.
Don't doubt it.
Now, going back to this game, because I believe this is a fucking matrix in a lot of ways. Our frequencies were turned off. The ley lines um, were ineffective because we had no real conductor. And we are actually, I don't know if I believe in the astro plane, sort of say. I've had very strange experiences myself, um, very strange, including lucid dreaming. And I do believe that we're controlling our, like a video game, we're almost controlling ourselves to win. As ridiculous as it sounds. In Zelda, what was the point, Joe? What was the point of the game in Zelda?
To protect her,
To what?
to protect Zelda
No, Zelda was taken
yeah, so to free her.
to
Yeah,
get her. Same with
yeah, to free her. Yeah.
Mario.
Mm-hmm.
These games are not just games. They're not games, man. This is not, I mean, I don't want to say it's a game, but that's how the left did it. That's how they took it as. It was all a game to them.
Yeah.
Child rape, sex trafficking, brutalizing, cutting up, all these disturbing things. Left in Latin means sinister. What? What? I found that out when I was doing my eyes. I had an old doctor, I guess he wrote well, that's how they do it. I was like, what does the S stand for? He goes, sinister. I was like, what? Or maybe I looked it up. I don't remember now. But I was still like, what? Like the surprised eyebrows. There was that joke. I don't know. So I'm not doubting God or anything like this because it would be part of his plan. I just don't think God would make this world like this. He definitely wouldn't make a bunch of Satanists in charge for a few hundred years. And it wasn't just a few hundred, we're going back thousands and thousands of years.
Right.
The Khazarians, again with the Khazarians, they're not Jewish Zionists. That's what they called themselves to get away from their original name. And they made themselves chiefs and smart. Well, they made themselves Jews too. And when you find out how inbred some of these people are and the reasons why they did it, there's also cloning. There's a lot more. All right, anything else in the chat?
Yeah, there is. So, oh, Joseph said the point of Pong was to burn the screen of your parents' console TV.
I know, right?
Did
People,
burn
right?
a few, didn't it? Yeah, it definitely did.
Oh, Joseph, you're so funny. I love when my Texas
No,
guy.
that was Jay that said that. Sorry.
Oh, Jay said
Jay
that.
said that. Yeah, that was
Jay
hilarious.
is user.
Yeah, he is. He's
Um,
a
Let me think. There was. All right, so we went over Pam. We went over my
got it
last,
all. We hit
my
him.
last, one last thing, and then
Sure.
I don't find this. I
Sure.
don't like this, but I watch a lot of weird shit on YouTube, and if you ever watch, I've told you about the ASML or whatever it's called. You watch these things and it's supposed to make you tingle, like these people eating and stuff. And I don't get it. But I watch it every once in a while, because it's all around the world, and I'm more interested in what they're eating more than that they're fucking stuff in their faces. And I don't have sound on either most of the time, unless it's a baby. I love the babies or animals. And we have to go over making sure people understand what's AI, because it's ridiculous how many times people have to tell other people it's fucking AI. So, getting back to these all around the world eaters that people watch eat, in Asia, particularly different parts of Asia, like China, there's even Japan, and I think, Vietnam, like certain places, they wear gloves while they eat. Like they believe it's more sanitary. Plastic gloves, no
Hmm.
latex anymore. They have non-latex gloves, right? And I just no.
To eat. No.
Like she's cracking off. It's it's more sanitary because, like, say you eat ribs, right? It's cleaner, but it's more sanitary because you're not contracting the food to your mouth through your hands. Your hands are clean. I It just doesn't look. What is happening?
Well, wait a minute.
We had
First,
masks, now we have gloves.
hold on a second. That's fine and dandy, and it is more sanitary. And I get that. But you have to remember one thing: no matter what, we are still a germ. We're made up of germs. You need germs to fight, to know so your body
Your
knows
body can
how to
fight the
fight
germ.
off the germs.
Right.
Yeah.
But in China, they just have everything. Think about it. The Asian, they're
Yeah.
just so overpopulated in general that they contrast and give
They
everything
eat
to each
bugs.
other.
And they eat bugs and insects. I don't know. Yeah.
Wearing gloves is necessary when you wipe without TP.
That is totally
Yay!
correct, Jay.
Jay!
I will
Never shake
definitely
a Muslim's
agree with
left
you on that
hand,
one.
Jay.
Yes, that's a bad thing. Shake their right hand. Always extend your right hand to a Muslim. Always, unless they right left-handed. If they right left-handed, you're bumming.
No, Joe. No. You would still shake what you never mind. There's a
Put a
lot of
glove
things
on.
similar with, like, the Somalian pirates and the whole see, they got around these Khazarians. They made I wouldn't doubt that they made the Amish too. They made the Hasidic Jews for sure. Jay, you're definitely I didn't know that you're just smart. You're smart. We're on the
I
same
can't get that out
level.
of my head.
What?
I'm never going to be able to get that out of my head, Jay.
I thought we moved on.
Go ahead.
So, like, I think Benny Johnson said it. Somebody said it, like, we need, he's having his fifth kid. His wife is pregnant with his fifth child, and we need more Christians and we need more patriots. And I'm like thinking, no, that's not why you spawn kids. It's not, it's not why you spawn kids. But that is why the Muslims do it, and some of the other ethnicities. That is the point. That is the point. So when we have these Somalian pirates all over Minneapolis, which, by the way, remember we went over Jesse Ventura?
Yeah.
See, he must have been acting. He's old as shit now, but he must have been acting back then, because first he was governor. And I was told, I remember it, I don't know if I was told or I read it, that he was taken to the basement of the Capitol building and told all the conspiracies he said was pretty much spot on. But you know who he backed in against Trump? Kamala and Tim.
Hmm. Yeah, I wonder why. He's not a Trump supporter.
In 20 what?
He's not a Trump supporter,
No,
Jesse.
I
Yeah.
think he is. I think he's
Mhm.
acting because if anybody he knows.
You think so? Because I
Yes.
know
He did
he
all the
was so hard.
conspiracies.
He was
And
so hard on the conspiracies back in the day. Then he became governor, and then all of a sudden he completely and totally shut
because he's
up, and
part
nothing
of the
else came from it.
plan. We had to, these Satanists were schooled to shut the fuck up. Everything is private. No pictures go out. They were schooled and they had shit done to them. Therefore, it was okay for them to do shit to others because when you talk about like pedophilia, it usually runs in the family. Well, how does that fit in to these inbred motherfuckers? And I don't feel, but I always looked at Tom Hanks and I'd be like, you know what? You could tell where people are from. And I know he's a good actor. He had a no face. Like there was no, where the fuck did you originate from, dude? He was put together. There are clones. When he was younger, he looked like other people. And we'll go over that maybe next time. But it was definitely, they definitely had their schooling like we had ours, right? And who controlled our schooling? You see how easy it was for them? That's how easy it was. And Christians, by God, were the naivest. I shouldn't say we because I don't know if I'm considered Christian or not because I think of God and Christ on a totally different level.
But you still believe, which makes you
Yeah.
a Christian.
Yeah, I
Which
guess.
makes you Christian.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yes. Okay. 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 Yeah, I'm fine with that. I really have no, I don't want to be called any label. I just believe what I believe. I hate
And
labels.
that's okay
I'm not
too. And that's
Republican.
okay too. Yeah.
I like being called independent because in America, that's exactly what you are. This is a republic,
Yeah,
but you're independent to do what you want.
that's right. You can go either way if you want. You can vote for Democrat or Republican. It doesn't
No, that's
matter.
not even what I mean. You're independent of
Well,
free will. You're free-willed in
yeah,
America to do what you want. You're supposed to be. Only the
right.
Constitution matters, right? Technically, you shouldn't have to drive with a seatbelt on or get a $10,000 fine if you don't. Now, I think you're stupid because if there's safety stuff, then do it. Especially for the kids, you got to be out of your mind not to. But it shouldn't be against the law. And government shouldn't be taking money for it. There are some things I have problems with like alcohol, but with all the Uber and stuff, there should be no reason for anybody to drive if they're going out drinking. If you have the money to drink, then you have $10 left to get yourself fucking home. All right, with that being said, I'm a dummy. I don't know how to get my ID card to vote. Oh, women are stupid. We're so
You liberal.
stupid. My fucking, I wish my mother was born here. Maybe I would have had more of an opportunity. That might become a short, guys, because it's so honest. I want to just each and every one of them. What?
I
What?
know, right?
You start with the blacks on that. Are you serious? Because they're black, they don't know how to use a computer? Well, they sure know how to get the nails done. How did they pick out those designs beforehand, assholes?
Yeah, that's right, man. Even
I'm
people,
kidding. They
even
always have
in
the most
poor
beautiful nails. That's
people
why I
know
said
how to
that.
get. Yeah. Even pe poor people know how to get an ID.
Of course. This
Look at
is
me.
stupid. What? What century do you live in? Do you know what a tablet is? At this point, let's buy you a dildo. Do you know what that is?
Right.
Because it was the one woman that said, well, who knows what these men in nowadays in Congress. Congress is we'll get rid of that too. All right, are we done? I think we're done. Love
We
you
hit them.
guys.
We hit them all.
Did we?
We hit them all.
Yay, we are done. We scored. Goodbye, Jay. Good night,
Thanks for staying
Joseph.
with us.
Yeah,
And
thanks for
everybody
staying.
else.
Bunch of other people on. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to write in the chat. And
I'll try to read them
because
all.
and remember to comment because we're gonna say your comments live. I definitely want to.
I'm
Joe
gonna
doesn't
try
want
to. Yeah. More and more and more.
at least once a week I want to do that. All right, good night, guys. Love you all.